Hi there, it's me, Sandy, and I'm excited about this video because when I was looking into these fragrances and trying to figure out the differences, there's only a handful of videos comparing them, so I'll be one more, and I'm not an expert in any way, so this is just my regular person opinion on the differences and how they smell. So I'm talking about Ormond Jain Levant, which is the one that I've been most interested in. And it gets compared a lot to Fleur Narcotique by Ex Nihilo, which I don't have. And Parfum de Marly Valaya, which I do have. And also another one that comes up frequently. There's actually quite a few fragrances that come up repeatedly as these all smell similar. But another one that comes up a lot is by Afnan, and it's Mystique Bouquet, or Bouquet Mystique. I think it's Mystique Bouquet. And I also have that one. However, frustratingly, I couldn't find it at this moment, and I just felt like filming right now because I had time. But I definitely have done side-by-side comparisons between Valaya and Mystique Bouquet. And to me, those are really, really close with one discernible difference for me. So I'm gonna just talk about all of these and I'll try to keep it succinct and helpful. So I've been most interested in Levant because I love the entire aesthetic and vibe of Ormond Jain, the brand. I have one fragrance of theirs and it's Indus. And I've talked about it in another video, and I love that fragrance. And I would love to have another Ormond Jain in my collection. I just think their bottles are beautiful too. So I've been thinking, okay, I love this profile. This overall profile that we're talking about is this kind of fresh, fruity, kind of feminine, musky, just agreeable, like everyday kind of pleasant fragrance. I don't know really how else to say it. So with Parfums de Marly Valaya, I started with a sample, like a 1 ml sample with the stick in it, you know. Then I graduated up to a 5 ml decant and then a 10 ml decant. And so this is my 10 ml decant. That's how I have Valaya. And I sprayed Levant on this wrist and Valaya on this wrist probably about 4 hours ago. And the differences are pretty big, in my opinion, between Levant and Valaya. So between Levant and Valaya, oh my gosh. Did I say Valaya? Levant and Valaya. Valaya is brighter, it's a little bit sweeter, it's a little bit kind of punchier or a little more zesty and muskier. It's just a little more lively and effervescent, whereas Valaya, I'm sorry, Levant, the Ormond Jain, I'm having too much fun, is much, much softer and rounder and not effervescent or sparkly to me. It's almost like rounded and almost waxy, like, and I mean that in a good way, like a really soft, like paraffin wax, that it's almost just completely malleable. I'm doing this because I'm picturing this soft wax with this same kind of scent diffused through it. So it's much more subtle and rounder, but the same type of fragrance. So for me, between Valaya and Levant, I tend to lean towards liking Valaya a little bit more. It's a little more fun for me. I have a lot of woody, unisex fragrances. I don't have very many fragrances, or not, relatively speaking, very many that I would consider like fun and feminine and kind of flirty. And Valaya is that to me. And it's definitely a little bit more zesty. And Levant, I will enjoy this rest of my sample, but it's much more rounded. So if you've ever smelled Chanel Chance Eau Tendre, the parfum, not the eau de toilette, if you know what I mean about it being much more rounded, like soft edges compared to the eau de toilette, Levant has those same kind of soft rounded edges to me. I hope that makes sense. Then I can only verbally tell you that between Parfums de Marly Valaya, oh wow, Valaya, and between Afnan Boutique, Supreme Boutique, the Afnan Supreme Boutique is sweeter. It's a little bit grape soda-esque, but still I find them really, really close. I find Valaya and the Afnan Supreme Boutique really similar, with the Afnan being sweeter. And then, hang on, I also, when I was smelling Ormond Jane Levant, it was reminding me of something. And definitely, so this spray is the thing it was reminding me of. And it's a total cheapie, but it's a musky, kind of fruity, fresh, inoffensive scent. And it is Justin Bieber The Key. So if you've ever smelled this, this reminds me a little bit of the Ormond Jane Levant. Not the same smell though. I definitely prefer the Levant, but there's something about them that's just got kind of a similar quality. So if that's helpful in any way, if you've ever smelled this, it's just, there's just something about it that kind of reminds me a little bit of that Levant. So I hope that that was utterly confusing. No, I'm completely confused right now. I hope that was helpful in some way. And if you've been curious about the differences, maybe my nonsensical ramblings and name mix-ups will further confuse you. I hope you have a great day. Bye.